Okay guys, let's start today's extra lesson, and today we're going to cover new topic for us, exception handling. So it's a part of the main program that allows us to robust our system, to make it more flexible without raising an error and stopping the execution of the program. So the common example is dividing by zero. So if you divide by zero a number, it will raise an error. So the program crashes and stops. To handle it, we have exception handling practice, which helps us to avoid these things. Okay, let's see this example in Python. So let's say we have a divisor variable, and we are inputting our flow type of the flow data type variable and a number input. Enter a number. So let's say print 100 divided by divisor. Let's run it. Save the file. So it's asking to enter a number and 1 to 5. Sorry. Divisor. Divided by 0. Enter number 6. So it's saying 0 division error, float division by 0. So obviously we can't do that, and to avoid this, we can write new input value, let's say A. So input enter number. Let's change a bit our variables. A divided by B. So to avoid our 0 division error, we use try method. Try this one, try to input A and B, and print actually A and B, and if there is an error, print cannot divide by 0. 20 divided by 0. So its output cannot divide by 0. This part of our program. Why did it happen? Because firstly, we are asking to input the values a and b, and then divide them. But if there is an error which handles accept method, our accept method, if there is an error, print cannot divide by 0. We also can specify our errors, like if the b or a was b or a of a string data types or any other thing. So let's see it in a table. A, B, A divided by B. So if A is 20 and B is 5, our result is 4. But if A is 20 but B is 0, we have an error. Also, if let's say A is a string, letter, let's say, any letter, and divide by 5, it will also raise an error. We also can specify in which type of error it can output any customized print or any customized message. Let's see it in the example of Python. To do that, we after accept, we will just write our error, which is which was 0 division error. Print this. Also, if the user, let's say, input a string, so it's a value error. In this case, we print. Please make sure the input is a number. So you see, we entered a valid integer, but after we entered a string which cannot be divided or be divided. So it raised an error. Please make sure that the input is a number. Also, we can approach this way. Accept any type of exceptions. Refer to it like just E for convenience only, and print issue occurs. Which is E. Let's remove it for a moment. So you see, it's in detail telling us what went wrong? Issue occurred. Could not convert string to float, G. So it's telling that G is a string actually, and we are asking to convert it to float here. But it cannot. Only integer data type can be converted, only like a number can be converted to float. You can also erase this. And let's see what it would print output. Float division by 0. So in a nutshell, it's an easy way or the most appropriate way to approach any error that has occurred and find a new solution for it, which will robust the system and will not stop the code. Because as Python is an interpreter, it will execute code line by line, and if error is occurred, it will stop the program. But if we use except and try methods, we will prevent the program from stopping. And for instance, if we here use like any other operations, and in this case it would continue executing. But if we didn't have a try and except methods, it would stop. So any questions? No. Okay.